Welcome to this explainer. If you're an educator, a parent, or really anyone invested in early childhood development, well, you definitely know the struggle of finding cohesive phonics materials. A lot of times it feels like jamming together pieces of a mismatched puzzle, right? A random worksheet here, a disconnected reading book over there. But today, we're looking at a fantastic teaching pack that literally solves that problem. It's called G is for Growing Greatness, created by elementary education explorer Nechi T. Nufor. It's a fully unified lesson plan designed to make early literacy, well, bloom. And we're going to break down exactly how it works.
Okay, let's just dive right into our roadmap for today. First, we'll cover the Growing Greatness theme. Second, meeting the letter G. Third, our featured vocabulary words. Fourth, sparking sound and story. And fifth, putting it into practice.
Starting off with Section 1, Growing Greatness Theme, or as we like to call it, Planting the Seeds of Learning.
The whole vibe of this pack is built around the idea of gardens, growth, learning, kindness, and children growing in knowledge. I absolutely love that. It proves that early literacy doesn't have to be some dry, purely academic exercise. Instead, it ties beautifully to nature, framing a kid's educational journey as this period of organic, nurtured growth. It just sets such a calming, positive tone for the entire lesson.
Now, like any healthy garden, we need rich soil, and our learning focus acts as exactly that. It establishes 5 really vital objectives. We start with identifying the letter G, then mastering that specific G sound. After that, we explore featured words using the letter, read some simple sentences, and finally, practice writing and recognition. It's a super comprehensive approach, making sure we hit auditory, visual, and kinetic learning targets all at once.
Moving right along to Section 2, Meeting the letter G, the fundamentals.
So here's the core definition we give the kids. G is a consonant that makes the hard G sound. You know, the sound found in everyday words like goat, garden, gift, and grapes. When you're introducing this, I honestly cannot stress enough how crucial it is to model that phonetic sound clearly and enthusiastically. The hard G comes right from the back of the throat. Crisp articulation at this stage is absolutely essential for young learners who are trying to accurately map these new sounds to the letters they see.
And the best part is getting the whole classroom actively involved. The lesson pack includes this really fun chant. Gug says, "Ga, ga, ga." It's an open invitation to participate. Having the students chant it together out loud injects so much energy into the room. It takes the concept off the page and uses active auditory repetition to make that sound-to-letter connection really, truly stick.
All right, let's check out Section 3, Featured Vocabulary Words, Sprouting New Words.
The pack really goes above and beyond here by focusing on a robust group of exactly 20 featured words. Actually, 20 is kind of a pedagogical sweet spot. It provides this incredibly rich, diverse vocabulary base for the students to explore, ensuring they see the letter applied in a bunch of different contexts without getting completely overwhelmed.
And the way these 20 words are organized is just brilliant. We have items a kid might naturally encounter outdoors, like grass and garden, mixed with super fun animals that immediately grab their attention, like gorilla and goose. Then you toss in essential action and descriptive words, like grow, giggle, and good. By blending tangible nouns with verbs and adjectives, kids are handed a highly versatile toolkit of G words to play with. Which leads us perfectly into Section 4, Sparking Sound and Story, Blooming Sentences.
Now we actually put those vocabulary words to work. Listen to these sentences. The goat grazed in the green grass, or Grace planted grapes in the garden. Notice how heavily they rely on alliteration? These aren't just random, disconnected sentences. They're charming little mini-narratives carefully designed to reinforce that G sound multiple times in a single breath. That repetition creates a natural rhythm, helping children anticipate the sound and really build up their reading fluency.
And the creativity just keeps flowing. Listen to this one. The gorilla gave a gentle giggle. I just love that. Think about the imagery there. It's slightly silly, it's super visual, and most importantly, it keeps young readers totally engaged. When kids are actually amused by what they're reading, their retention skyrockets, and words like globe, green, good, and giant are woven so naturally right into these stories.
Finally, we're at Section 5, Putting it into practice, Harvesting the knowledge.
We break the practice down into a beautifully structured, step-by-step progression. We follow 5 clear steps. 1. Circle the letter Giga. 2. Match the word to the picture. 3. Fill in the missing letter. 4. Read in color. And 5.
Write the letter Giga. Notice how gently the difficulty ramps up? It starts simple, with basic visual identification. Then we move to comprehension through matching. Next up is problem solving with fill in the blanks. It deliberately builds the student's confidence before finally asking them to independently write the letter from scratch.
The last piece of the practice puzzle is the tracing practice. Students practice their uppercase G, lowercase g, some specific tracing lines, and full words like goat, gift, grapes, garden, and goose. This step is an absolute powerhouse because it reinforces fine motor skills and vocabulary recall all at the same time. As they physically shape the letters, their brains are tying that kinetic movement directly back to the words and to that overarching garden theme we've been building this entire time.
So, that brings me to a final thought I'd like to leave you with today. How can thematic, nature-inspired learning materials transform the way young minds absorb foundational concepts in your own classroom? You know, when we step away from isolated, disconnected drills and instead build a cohesive, themed world, like this lovely garden of learning from elementary education explorers, we give kids a truly meaningful context to anchor their knowledge. I highly encourage you to reflect on the power of using comprehensive, thematic teaching tools to grow greatness in your own early learners. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep exploring.